Hi, welcome to Behind the Scenes with Senator Sen Wadsack. I'm here to let you know what I'm doing from week to week and what bills we have going through the committees and the Committee of the Whole. Let's start with SCR 1025, the Parents' Bill of Rights. Subject to voter approval, this incorporates the statutory Bill of Rights into the Arizona Constitution. This is something that I have promised to all of my constituents for years, and it is something that I'm very, very proud of getting into the committees, getting through the COW. We're going to make this happen, Arizona. Then we'll go to SCR 1027. It's called the Cities, Towns, Elections. Kind of hard to understand just from the title of this bill, but subject to this voter approval, constitutionally it will determine for a city and town to provide its elections of the city or town's council members or district, ward, precinct, or other geographic designation to have only the voters that are qualified electors of that district, ward, or precinct, or other geographic designation to be eligible to vote for that council member candidate in the city or town primary. This will be something that will be very important to the city of Tucson because we have been trying for decades to get ward-only voting. Next, we have SB 1703, in loco parentis prohibition. This prohibits an employee of Arizona or any political subdivision of Arizona of any other government entity or any other institution from standing in loco parentis to a parent's child without the parent's consent unless otherwise required by law. And it also removes a person from acting in loco parentis from statutorily outlined requirements. This contains requirements from enactment of initiatives and referendums under Proposition 105. What is in loco parentis? It is a government entity such as a school or school district that stands in place of a parent. And this has been a problem ongoing with our schools where parents' rights are being violated, and this should help stop that. Let's move on to SB 1413, the homeless encampment removal. This requires a county, city, or town, upon notice of the existence of a homeless tent encampment, to notify the owner to remove the structure from the location. It states that a person who violates this prohibition are guilty of a criminal trespassing or drug offense as prescribed. There was something that happened in Tucson that got a lot of attention last week. It was the chemical spill as a result of that deadly rollover crash on February 14th, and it shut down the I-10 in southern Arizona and forced an evacuation. Residents and motorists, of all of which were then in the vicinity that are now experiencing serious health effects from the fumes, have not been given proper notice, proper information. There are a lot of questions, and a lot of the people in my district of LD 17 are asking what happened. We know there's earth that's being excavated, we know they're digging into the ground, and we're getting nothing from the governor or the mayor or the Pima County Board of Supervisors. We need to have answers to that spill, and we're not getting them. Local authorities closed Kolb and Rita roads in both directions and issued a shelter-in-place order for residents within a 3-mile radius. Those who were within that half-mile vicinity of the crash were evacuated. The Department of Public Safety ordered residents and motorists to shut off their heat and air conditioning systems that were pulling in air from the outside in an effort to prevent the fumes from making people sick. The chemical was identified by Tucson Fire Department as nitric acid, which is described by the Center of Disease Control, CDC, and the prevention as a highly corrosive material that can irritate the skin, eyes, and mucous membrane if exposed. My constituents are terrified, and we are calling on the governor to do her job. Dr. Teresa Cullen has been nominated by the governor for the Director of Arizona Department of Health. Dr. Cullen has a history of failures in my county, such as imposing curfews that cost thousands of Arizonans their jobs, while she received a taxpayer-funded salary of $200,000. Dr. Cullen is not qualified to hold such critical positions like these. Governor Hobbs says that she retracted her nomination, and Dr. Cullen is unfortunately staying at the Pima County Board of Supervisors' rule of letting her come back as the Pima County Director of Health. There are a lot of people fighting this, and I stand with the people of Pima County in their efforts to remove Dr. Cullen from this position in our county. Today is the March for Life. It is an annual event that brings people together from across the state to advocate for the protection of sanctity of human life, particularly the lives of the unborn. I have to tell you, this was a beautiful event today, and I was a proud attendee. And I wish everybody who came to this event just the blessings of life. Today I am sitting and I'm honored to be a part of the Joint Election Committee. Today we are hearing from people such as Seth Ketchel, who has brought to us some data that is alarming as to the failures of our election system in Arizona. It is our job as legislators to get to the bottom of these errors and to hold those who are in violation accountable. And you have my word that I will continue to fight to make sure that that happens. Thank you for joining me today, and please join me next week for Behind the Scenes with Senator Justine Wadsack.